Good evening, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch here, the 1976 season. Tonight, we got a feature game, and of course, it's always a feature when my team is on the board. Today's date is May 20, 1976. We got a matchup of the top two teams in the National League East, the Philadelphia Phillies taking on my New York Mets. We are at Shea Stadium. This crowd is pumped. They are ready for a huge game here at Shea. The Phillies historically won this game 5-3. There were 17 hits combined and no errors. The Phillies come into the game at 19-9. Not surprising. They really were the best team in the NL East, and they are in first place. The Mets are 20-15. They are in second place. Remember, the top three will get you into the playoffs at the end of the year as we use my playoff format. We got a big game tonight. The fans are ready, and it is huge. And why is it huge? Because the starting pitcher for the New York Mets tonight will be the franchise Tom Terrific Seaver. 14 wins, 11 losses, a 2.59 ERA. 235 strikeouts. A lot of people say maybe not one of Seaver's better years in win-loss record. You got to realize he still had a 2.59 ERA, and Tom Seaver did not get much run support. As a member in 1976, the Mets did have the best pitching staff in baseball, but their hitting was a little bit less to be desired, near the bottom five of the league. Dr. Pepper joins us here at Shea Stadium. And he says, Schmidt, 2 homers, 3 runs today at least. We shall soon find out. That is one problem with Seaver in his career. He was susceptible to the homer. And that is true no matter what year he pitched. He always had issues with giving up home runs. We shall find out tonight and see what happens in this big game between the Phillies and the Mets here in now starting late May. Let's get started. Philadelphia Phillies, top of the first inning. Second baseman Dave Cash leads off. 284 average, a homer, 56 RBIs. We are using Mets colors of dice, orange, white, and blue. Blue will be red first and will be the top die. Let's get started. Huge game here at Shea. Tribe fan joins us here at Shea Stadium. And of course, you know when I play the Mets, you don't want to miss it because you know I have a little stake in it. But we play both teams, of course, unbiased. 6-5 for Seaver, and that's going to start out with an automatic out. And Cash is going to be a star too, and that's going to be a ground out to short. So that is out number 1. Next batter will be the shortstop, Larry Boa. 248 average, no homers, 49 RBIs that year. Seaver ready to pitch. And that's a 6-3 strikeout. That's a 9. That will get him. Shea Stadium +5 to strikeouts and a -1 walk rating. And he has a 4 against righties, but a +5 makes it a 9, and he will get him on the 9. Seaver gets his first strikeout. And there are 2 down. And of course, I am missing my thing here, as I knew. I always seem to forget these lately. Get that there here. There you go. And already 2 outs there. +5, Shea Stadium. And their next batter will be third baseman, the Michael Jack Schmidt. 262 average, 38 homers, 107 RBIs. But remember, one of the times we saw Mike Schmidt, he got a natural cycle in one of my games between the Phillies and the Reds. For those of you who are catching this game, please get a chance to watch that as Mike Schmidt gets a natural cycle. Seaver will pitch, the terrific from the franchise. 5-6, and against a righty, that's a strikeout plus. That is a 4, and Schmidt is a goner. And Seaver starts off with 2 strikeouts. And a quick 1-2-3 inning go the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies in this game is Jim Lonborg. We've seen Jim Cat pitch many times. Now Lonborg gets the start. One of the Philly aces, 18 wins, 10 losses, a save, a 3.08 ERA. Lonborg gets the call today for the Fighting Phils. Met lineup today, a little weird. Leading off at shortstop for the Mets today is Mike Phillips, 256 average, 4 homers, 29 RBIs. Bud Harrelson is not in the lineup. Lonborg will pitch, and that is a 3-6, and against the lefty, it's a blank. Phillips will swing, 6-6, base hit, past first, and Phillips gets himself a leadoff single for the Mets. Phillips will head to first base. And the next batter will be third baseman Wayne Garrett, 231 average, 6 homers, 37 RBIs. The infield goes to halfway. We are, of course, using the beta charts for inside pitch. So Phillips on at first. We will check to see if there's a strat. And that is a 1. Phillips does have a steal attempt, but he has a 1. But Lonborg, a -1 is a 0. That would be more of a hit and run. I'm going to call that off and let Garrett swing away. That would be a hit and run opportunity, but we'll pass it. Lonborg will pitch. 5-6. That's a range play. Garrett will swing. 4-5, and that is going to be a pop fly ball to second base, and that is hit to Cash. His range is a 3. With the infield halfway, though, it's a 2. He won't get that. That's going to be a base hit. That will be a single for Garrett. As it gets over his head and into the field, Phillips' base running rating is a 3, and that will get him to third base. So that is a single, that is a base hit, and now runners at first and second for the Mets as they get off to a pretty good start here. Runners at the corners, nobody out. The infield will stay halfway as they're going to play for 2. Here's the left fielder, John Milner, 271 average, 15 homers, 78 RBIs. He gets the call today in left field. See if anything happening on the roll, and that is an 18. The answer is no. Lonborg will pitch, and that is a 5-5. Error on a throw. Milner will swing. 4-6, and that is an infield single. That's an infield single to second base. We got to see if that's an infield single to second base, but it's a possible error, so let's see what happens. It's a hit to second. It's Cash. His error rating is a 4. That's an 18. There's not going to be a throwing error. That's just an infield single on that play now. So runners advance 1 base, but Phillips will come in to score, and the Mets get themselves a nice 1-0 lead early. It was an infield single, and Dave Cash decided not to do anything with it, so he decides to let it go. The runners advance 1 base, and it's 1-0 Mets early. And that will bring up the first baseman, Dave Kingman. He's at first base today. Kingman batted .238, 37 homers, 86 RBIs. Infield still halfway and still no one out. Can the Mets get as many runs as possible against this Phillies team? We'll check the strat, see if anything happening. That is a 3. No play. No hit and runs with runners on second. Lonborg will pitch. And that is a 1-3. And against a right-hander, that's an automatic out. And that's going to be a star 5 and a fly out to left. That's a fly ball to left field. Wayne Garrett's base running rating is a 2. -2 is a 0. And the left fielder for Philadelphia is Luzinski. He actually has a +1 arm. So on a fly ball to left, now is have chances to now get to third base on a fly out to left. So Wayne Garrett, the only way he can get there is on a 1 on the blue die. And he does. Wayne Garrett was deep enough by Kingman, and that will move Garrett. Does Milner advance? And that is a 4, and I believe he does not. No, he stays put. So Garrett will actually move over to third base on that speed as Kingman hit it hard enough. That's 2 outs, though. As with the new rules, now on fly balls to left field and runner on second, you now can advance to third by utilizing the new fly out chart. But now there are 2 outs with runners at the corners, and here is Ed Kranepool. He's at first base. Kranepool's in right field for this game. 292 average, 10 homers, 49 RBIs. We will check the strat. That is a 16, nothing happening. Lonborg will pitch 5-6, and that is a range play. Kranepool will swing 1-6, and that's a ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Schmidt. His range is a 4. Does he make the play? Yes, he does. Schmidt's got it, and he throws to first to get Kranepool, and the side is retired. Mets, however, get off to a good start. 1 run on 3 hits, and after 1, the Mets are leading 1-0. Top of the second inning, here comes the franchise. And leading off for the Fightin' Phils, left fielder Greg Luzinski, 304 average, 21 homers, 95 RBIs. As we start the top of the second. And that is a 3-6 from Seaver, strikeout 14, got him, struck him out. Oh yeah. Strikeout number 3 for Seaver. Luzinski against the righties, a 12 plus the 5, a 17, and that 14 gets him. So there's going to be some strikeouts today, I think. 1 man down. Here's the right fielder, Jay Johnstone. May he rest in peace. Passed away last year. 318 average, 5 homers, 53 RBIs. A +5 strikeout rating. Oof. Seaver. 3-2 against the lefty. That is a walk +10. And Johnstone has a 9, would make it a 19. -1 is an 18. That 9 will walk him. So Seaver now finally gives up a little bit of a problem. He gives up a walk to Johnstone. So runner on first. And the next batter will be first baseman Tom Hutton. 202 average, 1 homer, 13 RBIs. Infield goes to halfway. See if anything happening on the roll. That is an 8. The answer is no. Seaver will pitch to Hutton. And that's a 1-5. That's a range play. Hutton will swing. 5-4. That's a star 4. It's grounded to third base, and that's hit to Garrett. His range is a 4, but with the infield halfway, it's a 3. Garrett's got it. Will he turn the double play? 3-0. 4. Second base for the Mets. Miller is Mian. No adjustment. A 1-4. They turn 2. Yes, they do. Third base to second base to first base. Double play. Inning over. 5-4-3. Nothing across for the Phillies except for a walk. We go to the bottom of the second. Baseball Demos joins us here at Shea Stadium. As I didn't think he would miss a Seaver game. Thinking maybe Tony at CP Cards and Dice would be here too for a Seaver game. Salvador America joins us here at Shea Stadium. Bottom of the second. Mets already ahead 1-0. Leading off for the Mets will be center fielder Del Unser. 228 average, 12 homers, 40 RBIs. Keep me informed of the score, if you could, Salvador. Lonborg will pitch to Unser, and that's a 6-2, and against the lefty, it's blank. Unser will swing, 3-2, ground out to first. And that is out number 1. And the next batter will be Jerry Grody, the catcher. Grody, 272 average, 4 homers, 28 RBIs. Lonborg will pitch. 2-5. That's a range play at the park. Shea Stadium says 3-4. That's a star 6. It's a fly ball to right field, but that is a range play. That's it to Johnstone. His range is a 5. He's got it with no problem. Out number 2. And now second baseman Felix Millan, 282 average, a homer, 35 ribbies. Lonborg with the pitch, 2-5. That again is a range play at the park. Shea Stadium, 2-1. Ground ball to second base. Ground ball to second base, and that is hit to Cash. His range is a 3. And that's going to get by him. That's going to be a base hit. That'll be a single past second as he couldn't get to it, and Millan gets the first. And I think my things are going to move over stuff a little bit here. We're a little bit too far in there. There we go. A little better. There we go. Millan gets himself a 2-out single, and that will bring up the pitcher, Tom Seaver. He only batted .085 that year as a hitter. We'll see if Seaver can come through. Millan on at first base. Let's see if anything happening. I doubt it. Strat says an 11. No. Lonborg will pitch. And that is a 5-5. Error on a throw. Seaver will go ahead and swing. And that is a 5-5. That's a star 1. It's a ground ball to short. And that ball is hit to Larry Boa. His error rating is a 6. That's a 14. He's got no problem. He'll throw to second to get Millan. And that will end the inning. So no runs and a hit for the Mets. And they're still leading 1-0 after 2. You're convinced Inside Pitch gives the wildest games. It does. I think it does. And I think that's what makes another reason why I think it's fun. If every game you played was always kind of meh, you wouldn't play it that often, I think. Top of the third. Seaver coming out, batting for the Phillies, center fielder Bobby Tolan, 261 average, 5 homers, 35 RBI. Tom Terrific will deal, and that is a 2-2. Double question mark, Tolan a lefty, a 1-10's an automatic out. That's an 11, it's too high. Tolan will swing, and that's a 5-3. He rips a base hit to right field, and Tolan has a leadoff single. Tolan will hold it first. And here is the catcher, Bob Boone. 271 average, 4 homers, 54 RBIs. Tolan does have stealing ability. He's got a steal rating of 4. Seaver +1 is a 5. And that is a 15, nothing happening. Seaver will go ahead and pitch to Boone. Infield is halfway. The franchise, 4-5. That's an error on a throw. Boone will swing, 2-2, star 6. That's a fly ball to center field. And that's going to get caught by Unser. There will not be an error there, and that's out number 1, as Tolan doesn't go anyplace. So 1 out, and here's the pitcher, Jim Lonborg, 164 average, 4 RBIs as a hitter that year. We'll see if Tolan does something here, and that is a 12. No play. Seaver will go ahead and pitch. And that's a 1-4. Strikeout 15. Got him. Struck him out. And that is strikeout number 4 for the terrific one. 2 outs. Infield will now move back. And here is Cash. Cash is 0 for 1. Tolan, see if anything happening on the strat. That is a 10. The answer is no. So 2 outs. Seaver looking in on Cash. And the pitch from the terrific one, 2-2. Double question mark. Cash is a righty. A 1-19's an automatic out. That's a 2. He got him. And that's going to be a star 6. A fly out to center. And that will do it. So no runs and a hit for the Phillies. We go to the bottom of the third. Mets leading 1-0. Mets know that in order to beat the Phillies, they're going to have to score runs. Top of the order for the Metsies. And here's Phillips. Phillips led off with a single. So he's 1 for 1. Lonborg is pitching. And that is a 6-2. And against the lefty, that's a blank. Phillips will swing to 6. He flies out to right. First out. Garrett will come up next. He singled his first time up as well. He's 1 for 1. Lonborg ready to deal. 1-4. That's a walk. That 15 against a righty. No. Garrett has a 15, but -1 from Shea Stadium makes him a 14. That 15 is too high. Garrett will swing 4-2, and he just grounds it to second base. And now we will see John Milner. Milner got a base hit, an infield single his last time up, which brought in Phillips. Milner is 1 for 1. Lonborg will pitch, and that's a 1-4. That's a walk. That 6 is definitely a walk, and he walks Milner. Milner will trot to first. That is the first walk issued by Lonborg. He had 46 of them in 76. And now here comes King Kong. Kingman is 0 for 1. Can Kong get a big hit? Nothing really on the strat roll, but I'll roll it anyway. And that is a 3, and the answer, nothing happening at all. Kingman strikes out. That pretty much asking Dave Kingman to perform a hit and run is like asking your dentist to perform an extraction without anesthesia. Lonborg will go ahead and pitch to Kingman, and trust me, that's an out. 6-6 from Lonborg. That's a possible error. Kingman will swing 1-1, and that is a ground ball to third. That's hit to Schmidt. His error rating is a 9. That is a 9, and that's going to be an error on Schmidt. Everyone's safe. Oh, that's an E5. Schmidt picks it up, and he bobbles it. That's a booter. And that is an error, and runners will be at first and second to keep the inning alive. And that is the first error on the Phillies. As Mike Schmidt bobbled that one and just plain dropped it, and he won't get the play there. And that does allow Ed Kranepool to try to get the runners in here for the Mets. Kranepool is 0 for 1. Lonborg looking in. I will roll strat to make sure. Lonborg does have pickoff chance. Nothing happening there. Lonborg will pitch. That's a 3-2. And against the lefty, that's a blank. Kranepool, he swings. 4-5. Base hit to right field. That's a single for Kranepool. Will it score Milner? Base running rating is a 3. With 2 outs is a 4. Single to right to get to home. +1 is a 5. The throwing arm in right field for Johnstone is a -1. So it's a 4. So a 1-4, Milner will score. A 5 he holds. A 6, we check to see if there could be an out. That is a 4. Milner comes in to score. Milner scores. Now for Kingman. Base running rating is a 3. Single to right to get to third base. +2 is a 5. And of course, the right fielder Johnstone -1 is a 4. But with 2 outs, it is a 5. So a 1-5, Kingman gets to third. A 6, someone could be out. That is a 1, and he will make it to third. And Kranepool's base running rating is a 1, but the 3 is high, so Kranepool stays where he's at. So that is an RBI single by Kranepool. As it scores Milner, Kingman goes to third. And the Mets are up 2-0. Stadium cheers. Yay! And the error definitely hurts the Phillies and keeps the inning alive to allow the Mets to score a run. So runners at first and third, and I may not have done that right. I think it should have just been, I think it's supposed to just be, because it was a roll is higher than otherwise advance one base. So that's what happened there. So he did score. I think Kingman stays at second. I'm going to have to check that again. Roll is higher than runner holds, otherwise he scores. So he scores. So otherwise advance one base, but it doesn't say of anything else. So he comes in to score. I'm going to leave it the way it is. That's how I've been doing it. I'll double check with Chris on that rule. So runners at the corners. Here's Del Unser, 2 outs. And we'll see if anything happening on the strat. And that is an 11, nothing happening. Now can Del Unser get a big hit off of Lonborg? 2-0 Mets. The Mets did score 3 runs historically in this game. The Phillies did 5. Lonborg, 3-6 against the lefty. That's a blank. Unser will swing 6-1, and that's just going to be a ground out to short. And that throw will go to second to get Cranepool, and that will end the inning. 1 run for the Mets on 1 hit and an error. After 3, the Mets are leading 2-0 on the Fighting Phils. Top of the 4th inning. Leading off for the Phillies will be Boa. Boa is 0 for 1. Seaver right now pitching pretty well, off to a good start. Seaver will pitch. 2-1. Strikeout 5. Got him. Struck out Boa. Strikeout number 5 for Seaver. And that's out number 1. +5 rating for strikeouts and 76 for Shea Stadium. Dang. Here is Michael Jack Schmidt. He is 0 for 1. Seaver ready to deal. And that's a 4-6. That's a wild pitch. Ball 1. Seaver 2-1. Again a strikeout. That 5 easily gets Schmidt. And that's strikeout number 6 for Tom Terrific. 2 down. And now we'll see if Greg Luzinski can keep the inning alive for the Phillies. He's 0 for 1. Seaver with the pitch. That's a 4-6. Wild pitch again. Ball 1. Suadice. 2-5. That's a hit by pitch. Luzinski's a 13. Seaver a -1 makes it a 12, and he plunks him. Ouch. He does hit Greg Luzinski on a hit to hit him. And that's going to hurt. So Seaver can't get out of the inning so quick as he hits Luzinski on a hit batter. And now maybe Jay Johnstone can do something for the Phillies. Johnstone walked his first time up. Infield is normal. Check to see if anything happening. That is a 12. No. Tom Terrific will pitch. And that's a 1-5. Range play. Johnstone swings 4-6. And that is a base hit to second base, but it is a range play. Felix Mian is there. His ranges are 3. Infield is normal. No, he can't get it. And that's going to be a base hit past second base. Luzinski's base running rating is a 1. With 2 outs becomes a 2. He is slow as molasses. He stops at second. But a base hit by Johnstone. And now runners at first and second now as the Phillies got something going on for Tom Hutton. Hutton is 0 for 1, still 2 outs. By the way, Dave, if you're worried about range plays to S4 or anything like that, those are hits into the outfield if they don't make it. That's not an infield single. The only time there's an infield single is if it's an error chance and an S1 to 6 shows up. Then you roll. If it's an E or an EG, okay, you roll the base running rating. If it's an ET, you roll to see if there's an actual error. We'll check to see if there's a strat. And that is a 19. No. 2 outs. Seaver will pitch to Hutton. And that's a 6-3 strikeout. 15, no. Hutton does not strike out there. Hutton will swing 5-3, and that's going to be a star 3. He grounds it to first, and Kingman will take it and end the inning. No runs. There was one hit. There was a hit batter. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Still 2-0 Metsies. Bottom of the fourth. And here's Jerry Grody. Grody is 0 for 1. Lonborg will pitch. And that's a 3-3. That's a walk. That 6 is going to walk Grody. So Grody gets a leadoff walk, and the Mets have a man on. That is the second walk issued by Lonborg. And now here's Mian. Mian is 1 for 1, singled his first time up. Infield does go to halfway. We'll check to see if anything on the strat roll. That is a 19. The answer is no. Well, Mian could bunt, but I don't think he'd bunt with a 282 average, so he's going to hit away. Lonborg will pitch. 3-1, and that is a strikeout chance. That 17 is high. That 17 is still high. Mian, right here, +2 would be a 7, but he doesn't strike out there. Mian will swing 6-6. Ground out to shortstop. Will they turn 2, 0, 3. Second base for Philadelphia is Cash, +1 is a 4. 1 to 4, they turn a double play. Yes, they do. 2 outs. 6-4-3 double play as Mian grounds out into the twin killing. And now here's Seaver. Seaver is 0 for 1. Lonborg ready to deal. And that is a 1-6. Error on a grounder. Seaver will swing 1-4. That's a fly out to center. That won't be an error there, of course, on a grounder. It's a fly out to center, and the Mets go pretty quietly, even though they did get a walk. After 4, Mets lead 2-0. 76, the 1976 New York Mets. Best pitching staff in the league that year, but unfortunately, they just couldn't hit a lick. If the Mets could have hit, if they had some hitting, the Mets may have been a challenge for the World Series. May have been a challenge. Top of the 5th, here's Bobby Tolan. Tolan is 1 for 1. He singled his first time up. Seaver so far, 6 strikeouts. 5-3. Strikeout chance, 12. Nope, now it's 7 strikeouts. Struck him out. 7 Ks for the franchise. And now here's Bob Boone. Boone is 0 for 1. Seaver with the pitch. 5-4. That's a wild pitch. We'll do it again. 4-1. Strikeout. 15 against a righty. No. Too high. Boone will swing. And that's a 4-2. And it's a star 2. He grounds it to short. Out number 2. And the batter now will be Jim Lonborg, the pitcher. They'll let him hit. Lonborg is 0 for 1. Seaver ready to deal. And that's a 5-3. Strikeout 13. And now that is 8 strikeouts for Tom Terrific. And the end, it's a 1-2-3. Go the Phillies. Mets still leading 2-0 here, halfway through the game. How good was Tom Seaver? Well, there are only 2 pitchers in baseball history with over 300 wins, 3,000 strikeouts, and an ERA under 3. Walter Johnson and Tom Seaver. That is one exclusive club. And Tom Seaver would be my number 2 starter on my all-time pitching roster. The number 1, of course, being Sandy Koufax. Bottom of the 5th, Mike Phillips leads off for the Mets. Lonborg will go ahead and deal with him. Phillips is 1 for 2. Lonborg will pitch. And that's a 5-4 hit by pitch. No, that 6 is high. Phillips will swing, and that we got Suadice. Phillips will swing 1-4. He grounds it to first. Next up is Garrett. Garrett is 1-for-4, singled his first time up. Lonborg ready to deal. And that's a 3-5 strikeout. And that 10, is that going to be high enough? Yes, it will be. Garrett is a 6 against righties, but that +5 makes it an 11. Garrett is called out on strikes. And that is strikeout number 1 for Jim Lonborg. He only gets, that's only his first strikeout. He had 118 of them in 76. 2 outs. 2 men down. Here's Milner. Milner is 1-for-1, but he's been on base twice. Lonborg with the pitch. 5-2, strikeout 11. Yep, that'll get him. That makes that Milner against a righty a 12, and he will strike him out. So Lonborg does a little Seaver imitation and gets 2 strikeouts and retires the Mets in order. After 5, still 2-0 Mets. 6th inning. Dave Cash comes out for the Phillies. He is 0-for-2. Seaver right now chugging along. He's got 8 strikeouts today. Seaver will pitch. 3-2. Against a righty, that's a blank. Cash will swing. 4-5. Flies out to right. 1 man down. And here is Boa, future Met. Boa is 0-for-2, struck out twice. Seaver looking in, high leg kick, long throw, 5-6. And against a lefty switch, that's a blank. Boa finally gets a chance to swing, 6-5, but he flies out to right as well. 2 outs. And now here is the Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt struck out twice, so I guess Schmidt's not getting a cycle today. Seaver will go ahead and pitch. 1-4, strikeout, 19, got him, struck him out. Schmidt is a 15, but that +5 is a 20, and he got him. Schmidt has the hat trick, and that's strikeout number 9 for Seaver. 1, 2, 3, go the Phils. Tom Seaver says, no, you are not getting a cycle today. Maybe you'll win the game, but you're not getting a cycle. Bottom of the 6th, 2-0. And leading off for the Mets is Kingman. Kingman is 0-for-1, but he reached on an error his last time up. Lonborg will stay out there and pitch. This is 70s baseball. I don't know if Kevin Cash is related. I don't know if Dave Cash was related to Kevin Cash. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if there's any relation between those two. Lonborg with the pitch. 3-3. Walk. 3. Yeah, he walked Kingman. Kingman is a 4 against righties. -1 is a 3. He does walk Kingman. Kingman goes to first. Kingman gets a rare walk against a right-handed pitcher. And now here's Ed Kranepool. Kranepool, 1-for-2, had an RBI single his last time up. Infield goes halfway. Kingman does have a slight ability to steal. A 1, he basically needs a 1. Kranepool against righties. So it'll be a 1, or a 1 would steal. A 2 to 4 would be a hit and run attempt. That is a 1. Kingman does have a chance to steal. Let's see. Kingman has a 13, +2 is a 15. Boone +1 is a 16. 80% chance for Kingman to steal. I'm going to send him on that. There goes Kingman. A 1 to 16, Kingman is safe. Yes, he makes it. Stolen base for King Kong. Kingman steals second. And Lonborg probably don't believe it, but Kingman does get to second base. That takes away the double play. And now let's re-roll the strat again. Nothing this time here. Lonborg will pitch to Kranepool. Runner on second. Lonborg, 5-6. Range play. Kranepool swings. 2-3. That's popped up to the second baseman. This is a range play, though, and that is Cash. His range is a 3. No, he won't get it. That's going to be a base hit. So instead of a pop-up, it's probably a line drive over his head. That is a single for Kranepool. Kingman's base running rating is a 3. He will score from second. Kranepool stops at first. Another RBI single for Kranepool. Kingman scores, and it's 3-0 Mets. Stadium cheers and Section 518. Yay! Kranepool has his second hit of the game. He's now 2 for 3. As it was out of the reach of Cash. And now here's Del Unser. Unser is 0 for 2. Infield goes back to halfway. Kranepool can only steal on a hit and run possibility. That is an 11, and that's not happening. Lonborg will go ahead and pitch. And that is a 3-3. Walk, 18 too high. Unser will swing. 4-5. Base hit, past shortstop, single for Unser. Kranepool, though, with a base running rating of 1, has no chance to make third. He'll stop at second easily. Another single. Unser gets into the hit parade. Runners at first and second. And now here is Jerry Grody. Grody walked his last time up. He's 0 for 1. Philly bullpen getting ready out there, I think. Mets leading 3-0. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th. Infield is halfway. I'll look at the strat. That is a 9. There's nothing happening there. Lonborg ready to deal to Grody. And that's a 5-4. Hit by pitch. Not happening. That 14 is high. Grody swings away. 4-2. And that's a fly ball to right field. Will Kranepool be able to move over? I doubt it. Let's see. It's a fly ball to right. Kranepool base running rating is a 1. The right fielder for Philadelphia is Johnstone. -1 arm is a 0. So he can't go anywhere. So he automatically stays where he's at. And that is the first out. In the old system, you just roll the base running rating. Now in the new system for flyouts, okay, with a runner on second, that has been changed. And I think it's a little bit more realistic now. So that's a flyout. Kranepool stay where he's at. And that is out number 1. Here's Felix Millan. Millan is 1 for 2. Strat says a 5. Nothing happening there. Lonborg will pitch to Millan. That's a 3-3. That's a walk. The 14. That's high. Millan will swing. 4-5. That's a star 4. And that's going to be a grounder to third. Where was the ball hit? That's a 5, and that's hit in the hole. So the third baseman's got it. Double play chance will go second to first. 2-0-3. Second baseman for Philadelphia is Cash. Has a +1 arm, so a 4. A 1-4, they turn the double play. No, they do not. The runners will advance. A slow rolling grounder by Millan and picked up there by Schmidt. And the only play he could make was the first. 2 outs. That takes a double play away, and that could be huge. However, the batter next is Tom Seaver. So even with that happening, you got Seaver batting. So runners do move up. Seaver is the batter, and no, you don't take Seaver out here. You let him bat. Lonborg will pitch to him. I will still roll a strat. That is a 4. Nothing happening there. Lonborg will pitch to Seaver. And that is a 6-2 against a righty. That's going to be an automatic out. Star 4, and Seaver just grounds it to Schmidt, and he'll throw to first to get the final out. The Mets do get 1 run on 2 hits, though, and a stolen base and a walk. That stolen base made a big difference. After 6, Mets are leading 3-0. How long can Seaver keep it going is the question. Seaver will come out to pitch the top of the 7th. Leading off for the Fighting Phils will be Greg Luzinski. He got hit by a pitch last time up, but he's 0 for 1. Seaver, 9 strikeouts. Pitch, 5-6 against a righty. Strikeout plus. Make that 10 strikeouts. Struck him out. Seaver with 10 Ks today. And now Jay Johnstone. Johnstone, Seaver's had some issues with today. Johnstone's 1 for 1 and he's walked, so he's not gotten him out there. Mets, Red Sox, top 4, 1-1. Okay, thank you there, Tribe fan. So Seaver pitching to Johnstone here. Johnstone hasn't been retired yet. That's a 1-3, and against the lefty, that's going to be a blank. Johnstone will swing 3-2, and this time he does get him out. That's a fly out to center. And that's out number 2. And now Tom Hutton. Hutton is 0 for 2. Seaver dealing. Pitch from the franchise, 6-4 against a left-hander. That is a blank. Hutton will swing 4-6, and he chops it to shortstop. Picked up there by Phillips, who throws to first. Side retired. Another 1-2-3 inning by Seaver. And we are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing your Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I'll be right back. Who hit the home run, by the way, Salvador? Do you know? We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Don't forget, 10-minute ticker coming up tonight. And tomorrow night, people, Salvador America, you better be listening to me here. Tonight we have the New York Mets playing. Tomorrow we stay in New York, but we go to Yankee Stadium. And I know for a fact if I didn't play at least one of these games in the regular season of 76, okay, I know for a fact I get lynched. Because we stay at Shea State. Tonight we go from Shea Stadium. Tomorrow we go to Yankee Stadium. It'll be the Boston Red Sox taking on the New York Yankees tomorrow night. Dick Pole will pitch for Boston, and Catfish Hunter is on the mound for the Yankees. Red Sox and Yankees tomorrow night. Come on, people. I know for a fact you guys will not miss that one. Boston and the Yankees, I know Salvador America will not miss that game. The Red Sox and the Yankees tomorrow night. What a game that should be. Bottom of the 7th, Mets leading 3-0 here on the Phillies. Mike Phillips is the leadoff batter for New York. He is 1 for 3. Lonborg, let's see what we're going to do. Lonborg, he's due to bat 3rd in the inning. He can face 2 more batters before tiring. They're going to see if Lonborg can get the inning out. So Mike Phillips will pitch. Will bat against Lonborg. Lonborg, 1-3. Against the lefty, it's blank. Phillips will swing. 6-1. Base hit to right field. Phillips has done a heck of a job today for the Mets. That is his second hit of the game. Single for Phillips. He'll go to first. Philly bullpen is ready to come out, but they really want to see if Lonborg. McNeil homer for the Mets and Dolan. Okay, Jeff McNeil, he's got good power. So Phillips on at first. The batter now is Wayne Garrett. They want to see if Lonborg can get out this inning, but if he gets tired here, his next Lonborg can pitch to 29 batters, and this is his 29th. So let's see what happens here. Infield is halfway. Let's see if anything on the strat. And that is a 10. The answer is no. So no play happening. Lonborg will pitch to Garrett. And that is a 5-4. Hit by pitch. 9. Too high. Garrett will swing. And that is a 4-4. That's a ball hit to center field. That is a 2 against the right-hander. That's going to be a single for Wayne Garrett. That's a ball hit to center. Phillips's base running rating is a 3. Single to center to get to third, -1 is a 2. Center fielder for the Phillies is Tolan. He has a +1 arm, so a 3. A 1-3 on the blue die. Phillips will get to third. 4-5 he holds. 6, there could be an out. That is a 2. He will get to third base. Phillips makes third. Garrett there gets to first. And the Mets are in business. Runners at the corners here. Nobody out for the Mets. And the next batter is John Milner. And that is going to be it for Lonborg. They have no choice. They got to take him out. He is tired. And a single one will automatically score a run. Let's see who the Phillies are going to bring out to pitch. And they're going to bring in a right-hander to pitch to Milner. Milner hits righties a little worse. So let's see who the Phils are going to bring out here. And they're going to go with Ron Schuler. 1 win, no losses, 3 saves, a 2.90 ERA. Ron Schuler will deal with John Milner. 3-0 Mets. Bottom of the 7, infield halfway. A chance for the Mets to maybe blow the game open and give Seaver all the runs he needs, although he really hasn't needed much tonight. We'll check to see if there is a strat, and there is a strat roll, and that is a 6. And let's see. That is a 6. Nothing from Phillips. Garrett has a 2, +1 is a 3. And Milner against righties a 7, +3. That is a possible hit and run. Possible hit and run, I'm not going to call that. I'll let Milner swing away. Hit and run is available because Milner against righties is a 7 on strikeouts, so that actually adds 3 to the hit and run rating instead of 2. I'm going to call that off and let Milner swing. Schuler will pitch, and that is a 4-6. That's at the park. Shea Stadium says 5-6, and it's going to be a star 4. It's going to be a star 4, and it's going to be a ground ball to first base. I called the infield halfway. I probably should have called the infield in on Phillips. And you know what? I think I forgot about that. I'm going to actually call the infield in on that. So that's a ground ball to first base. The Phillies cannot afford any more runs. Phillips' base running rating of 3 becomes a 1. He will hold. He will hold. Garrett will make second base, and they will take the automatic out at first instead of trying for 2. Because if they don't do it, Phillips is going to score. So instead, I'm going to make that infield in. Garrett goes to second base. There is 1 out. And that is a ground ball to first by Milner. So runners at second and third now. And here is King Kong Kingman. Schuler will pitch to Kingman. Kingman he's 0 for 1, but he's walked and reached on an error. Runners at second and third, infield in. The 9 says nothing on strat. Schuler will go ahead and pitch to Kingman. And that is a 4-6. Again, that's at the park. Shea Stadium. 3-2, and that's going to be a base hit to left field. That's a single with a possible double for Dave Kingman. Automatic two-base advancement on a single plus. Phillips comes in to score. Garrett comes in to score. Kingman rounding first is going to try for 2. Base running rating is a 3. The ball was hit to left field. To the left fielder for the Phillies is Luzinski. He has a +1 arm, so it's a 4. A 1-4, Kingman is safe at second. A 5 he holds, 6 he's out. He holds. Oh, he made a big turn, but Luzinski threw it in there just enough for Kingman to go back to first. But that is a 2 RBI single for Kingman. Mets leading 5-0. Stadium and Section 518 cheers. Yay! 5-0 Mets. And the Mets historically lost this game 5-3, but they're getting some revenge tonight. Next batter up for the Mets will be Cranepool. Cranepool having a good night. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. The infield will go to halfway. Schuler will stay out there. He will pitch. And there is no more strat. No strat. Now it's just normal. Because now the strat roll is a 12. Schuler will pitch. 3-1. Hit by pitch. 12. Wow, too high. Schuler a +10 to hit by pitch. But Cranepool with a 0, and he gets nothing. Cranepool will swing 6-3, and against a righty, that's a ground ball to first. Will they turn 2 here? 2-0-3. Shortstop for Phillies is Boa. +1 is 4. A 1-4, they turn the double play. They will not. Kingman will be thrown out at second. Cranepool makes it to first. Out number 2. They do not get the double play. So fielder's choice. A chance now for Del Unser. Unser 1 for 3. Infield now back normal. I'm not rolling a strat. There's no strat roll. Schuler will pitch to Unser. And that is a 5-1 strikeout. 3. Yep, that'll get him. Struck him out. Unser goes down. Side retired, but a good inning for the Mets. 2 runs on 3 hits. And after 7, Mets in command, 5-0 over the Fighting Phils. Top of the 8th inning. Leading off for the Phillies is Bobby Tolan. Seaver has got lots left in his tank. We'll see how long he goes. Tolan is 1 for 2. Seaver, 10 strikeouts tonight. Seaver with the pitch. 5-2. That's a walk chance. That 12 is high. Tolan will swing. 6-5. He grounds it to second base. Out number 1. One out. And now we'll see Bob Boone. Boone is 0 for 2. Seaver. And that's a 3-1. Error on a grounder. Boone will swing. 4-2. That's a star 2. It's a possible infield single to short. Bob Boone has a base running rating of 2. This is the new rule. This is the new rule that he wants to put in. This is an infield single. Possible infield single. Boone has a base running rating of 2. A 1-2, he'll make it to first. 3-6, he's out. He's safe. Boone beats the throw. It was a slow rolling grounder to short, and and Phillips throws, but too late. Boone beats out the throw. And that is a single. That is how that rule now goes on error on grounders and error question mark on S1 to S6. So Boone beats out the throw. We'll see a pinch hitter for Ron Schuler. He is out of there. And the Phillies will go to the bench, and they're going to bring out Gary Maddox as he's going to pinch hit. 330 average, 6 homers, 68 RBIs. Also the leading hitter on the bench. So Gary Maddox goes up against Seaver. Boone on it first. The infield is halfway. There is no strat roll. And actually, Chris did put the rule in that if a game has a 6+ run differential, you do not use the throw chart. It's just station to station. Seaver will go ahead and pitch. And that's a 2-4, and that is a blank. He's not tired. Maddox will swing. 3-4. That's a ball hit to right field. That is a 7 against the righty. Maddox just smacked a double off of Tom Seaver. That is a double to right field. Boone has a base running rating of 2. Well, the question is, will he score? Base hit to right, double to right to get home. -1 is a 1. Right fielder for the Mets is Cranepool. +1 is a 2. So 1-2 on the blue die. Boone will score. 3-5 he holds. 6 someone could be out. That is a 1. He will score. Boone does come in to score. Gary Maddox breaks through Seaver. That is a double. The 6 is too high for Maddox to take third, and he'll hold at second base. But the Phillies are on the board with a double. And a run scored. And it's now 5-1. Gary Maddox breaks through Seaver. And he gets an RBI double, now 5-1. With a runner on second, here's Dave Cash. He's next batter. Infield is back. Maddox on at second. Seaver will pitch. There's still no strat roll. Seaver, 3-6. That's a strikeout. 2. Got him. Struck out Cash. That's a big K. Strikeout number 11 for Seaver. 2 outs. That's a big K for Seaver there. And now here's Larry Boa. Boa is 0 for 3. 2 outs. 5-1 Mets, top of the 8th. Maddox on at second after an RBI double. Seaver will pitch to Boa. There is no strat roll still. And that's a 3-2 against a lefty switch. That's a walk +10, and that's going to walk Boa. So Seaver may just be running out of gas a little bit here as he walks Boa. And now runners at first and second. And coming up next is the very dangerous Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt has struck out 3 times tonight. But with one swing and a bat, he can make this game really interesting. They go talk to Seaver. They want to know what he wants to do, and he says, let me pitch. My name is not Blake Snell, and your name is not Kevin Cash there. And your name is not Kevin Cash there, boss. Go sit down. Schmidt is 0 for 3. Seaver will pitch. 2 outs. One swing at a bat can make this game very interesting. 2 men down. Infield normal. There's no strat roll. Seaver will pitch. 4-1. Strikeout 6. Got him. Struck out Mike Schmidt. And Schmidt has the golden sombrero. 12 strikeouts for Seaver. Inning over. 1 run on 2 hits for the Phillies. But Schmidt just flails at what Seaver deals with him. And that will end the inning there. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still 5-1. Jerry Grody leading off for New York. And he is 0 for 3, flown out twice in a walk. Let's see who the Phillies want to bring out to pitch. I think they're going to go with a right-hander. And coming on to pitch for the Phillies is going to be Ron Reed. Mission is simple. Try to keep it a 4-run game. This is a battle of first and second. Dr. I guess I was wrong about those home runs for Schmidt. Yeah, I was wondering where they were coming from. Ron Reed will pitch to Jerry Grody. Reed, 8 wins, 7 losses, 14 saves, 2.46 ERA. His mission is to keep it 5-1. Mets want to get as many runs as possible. Remember, this is a battle. This is a battle of the top 2 leaders in the National League East. The Phillies are in first, the Mets are in second, but not by much. Only about a game back. The Phillies, though, have played 28 games. The Mets have played 35. So the reason why the Phillies are leading the division is by percentage points, due to the Phillies have not played enough games yet. They must have had a lot of rainouts in the early part of 76 for them. Ron Reed will pitch to Grody, and that's a 2-5. Error on a grounder. Grody will swing 4-2. That's a fly out to right. No error there. Out number 1. That's the first out. Here's Felix Millan. Millan is 1 for 3. Yeah, Dr. Pepper, you said Schmidt 2 home runs today at least, and now you say you guess you were wrong about those home runs. And unfortunately, it's in the chat. So everybody who watches this game will see the prediction you made. Sorry about that, Doctor. Reed will pitch. 1-4, strikeout 20. That's high. That's out of the park, as a matter of fact. Millan will pitch. Will swing. 2-1. That's a star 5, and he flies out the left. So 2 outs. And Tom Seaver is going to come out to swing. He's got 2 batters left before he gets tired, and they're going to let Seaver bat. You got a 4-run lead. You could really save your bullpen if you could go the distance, and Seaver does that a lot. So Reed will go ahead and pitch to Seaver. The Met bullpen is ready to go if necessary. Reed will pitch. 1-3, wild pitch. Do it again. 4-3. That's a strikeout. And that 2 will get Seaver easily, and Seaver goes down with 1-2-3. 8 innings in the books, and the Mets are leading 5-1 on the Phillies. Will we see some 9th inning magic? We go to the top of the 9th. Seaver coming out to pitch. He can pitch to 2 batters before getting tired. Greg Luzinski leads off against Seaver. Seaver will pitch to him. The Met bullpen is ready just in case Seaver gets in some trouble. Skip Lockwood is warming up, ready to go. Seaver will pitch to Luzinski. They're hoping they won't need him. 2-5, hit by pitch, 19, too high. Luzinski will swing. 3-2, star 6, fly ball center field. Unser makes the catch. Out number 1. And now here's Jay Johnstone. Johnstone, Seaver's given Seaver a few fits. He's 1 for 2. Got a single and a walk. Seaver ready to pitch to Johnstone. And that's a 2-3. That's at the park. Shea Stadium says 2-1. And that's a ground ball to second base. Up with it will be Millan. Throws to first. Out number 2. 2 men down. The batter is Tom Hutton, and Seaver is now tired, and we'll see a pinch hitter for Hutton as he's coming out. Hutton was 0 for 3. He's at first base. So Tom Hutton coming out, and coming on to pinch hit is going to be, Dick Allen. Dick Allen will pinch hit for the Phillies. 268 average, 15 homers, and he hits right-handers pretty well. Seaver is tired. They're going to see if he can get 1 more out. As long as he doesn't hit a fatigue result, he can stay in there. But then again, as a Met manager, I got to try to make sure the Mets win the game. As a Philly manager, got to make sure they win, get a chance to get back into this game. Dick Allen will go up against Seaver. Seaver trying to get the distance. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-1. It's a walk, and that 1 is a walk. He walks Allen. Allen trots down to first. Allen will also take over at first base as well if this game goes any further, since he also plays first base. So Allen goes to first. And now the batter is Bobby Tolan. He will swing. Tolan is 1 for 3, although I will check the bench and see if I want to make a change here. Could make one. Tolan is what? Tolan is in center field. Yeah. Tolan's going to come back, and they're going to bring in a better hitter to deal with Seaver, as the Phillies are going to try to do what they can here. Now let's see. Tolan was in center, so we need, let's see. Do I want to bring him in? No. Well, he'll come into pinch. He'll come into play. So coming on to pinch hit for Tolan will be Terry Harmon. Harmon hits a little better at 295 average. Taking over in center field, though, will be Jerry Martin if the game goes any further. So here's Terry Harmon against Seaver. Seaver walks to Gallen. Seaver trying to go the distance. Skip Lockwood ready to go for the Mets if necessary. Top of the ninth, 5-1. Seaver has 12 strikeouts today. Can he get number 13? It's a 4-2. It's a blank. Harmon will swing. 5-4. Ground ball right back to Seaver. He's got it. Pumps once, pumps twice. Throws to first. That's your game. Mets blitz the Phillies tonight, 5-1, and they get a big win with Tom Terrific on the mound. Tom Seaver goes the distance. A complete game. As the Mets get a big win today against the Phillies, 5-1 in a game they lost historically. So that is a big win. Final line score and 10-minute ticker coming up. Don't go away, as we have a happy recap for the Mets. For the Mets, 5 runs on 10 hits and no errors. For the Philadelphia Phillies, 1 run on 4 hits and 1 error. Tom Seaver gets the win, a complete game, goes the distance. Jim Lonborg takes the loss in a tough game for the Phillies. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball from Replay Sports. Mets get the win here, 5-1. So that's a big win for the Mets as they won a game they lost. Blue die will be red first. Let's take a look and see how the rest of the baseball world does tonight. On May 20th, Minnesota taking on the White Sox. Minnesota has a 14. That's a 61. That is going to be 7 runs for the Twins. White Sox have a 9. 34, and that is 3 runs. The Twins win that game. Oakland at Kansas City. Oakland with an 11. 21, and that is 2 runs. Kansas City with a 13. 44, and that's 5 runs. Royals will win. Boston taking on the Yankees. I know Salvador America would love to have Boston win this game, and we have to win this game here. Bill Spaceman Lee against Figueroa. Tough game, though. The Yankees have a 21, and the Red Sox have a 9. A 26, and that is 3 runs for the Red Sox. Yankees have a 21. 22, and that is gonna win it for them 4-3. The Yankees beat the Red Sox. California taking on Texas. California has a 4. 52, and that is 4 runs. Texas has an 8. 42, and that is 4 runs as well. We got a tie game. California has a 3 clutch. So 3 plus 6 is 9, and Texas has a 0 clutch, so there's no way they can win it. That's 8, so that is 9 minus 1. That's 9 minus 1 is 8. I'm going to add 8 runs to California, and they're going to win this game 12-4. Atlanta will play the Dodgers. Atlanta has a 4. 14. And that is 0 runs for the Braves. Dodgers have a 13. Rouse on the mound, 2-1. 21 on a 13, and that's 2 runs. The Dodgers beat the Braves. Cubs taking on the Expos. Cubs have an 8. 51. Good roll, actually. That's 4 runs on that. Montreal has a 6. 46, and that is also 4 runs. We got extra innings. Chicago's clutch is a 2, so 2 plus 6 is 8. Montreal's clutch is a 0. They can't win, so 8 minus 3 is 5. So 5 runs goes to the Cubs, and I'm going to give that 9-4. It's really supposed to be 1 run, whoever wins. I just like to add it to get some of the scores a little bit more higher once in a while. Of course, the Mets did beat the Phillies. Houston taking on the Padres. Steeler fan, not in the chat tonight. Houston taking on the Padres. Joe Niekro on the mound for the Astros. Astros have a 19. And that is 53. And that is 7 runs for the Astros. Padres have a 9. 14. And that is 1 run. Astros will beat the Padres. So I know Steeler fan will be happy about that. Cincinnati taking on the Giants. The Reds have a 23. And a 16. Not a great roll, but that's still going to give them 4 runs. San Francisco has a 6. 44, and that's 4 runs. So we've got extras there. Cincinnati has a -3 clutch. 2 minus 3 is -1. And the Giants have a 2 clutch. They're going to win this one no matter what. So 2 plus 4 is 6. So that's going to be 7 runs added to the Giants. So they're going to win this game 11-4. Pittsburgh taking on the Cardinals. Wow, even with a 23, Cincinnati don't win that game. Pittsburgh with a 9. That's 15, and that is 1 run. Cardinals have a 9. 12, and that's no runs. Pittsburgh will beat the Cardinals 1-0. Moving on to May 21st. Detroit taking on Baltimore. Detroit is awful. Boy, that team is bad right now. I have a 4. A 41, and that is 3 runs. The Orioles have Palmer on the mound and a 15. 26. And that is going to be that's going to be 4 runs, and the Orioles will beat Detroit. Oakland taking on the White Sox. Oakland with a 10. And that is a 31, and that is 3 runs. White Sox have a 2. 51, and that is 3 runs, and we got a tie game again. Again, extras. Oakland has a clutch of -1. 3 minus 1 is 2. White Sox, Chicago has a clutch of 2. So 2 plus 3 is 5. They're going to win it, so they're going to get 3 runs. The White Sox will beat Oakland 6-3 in an extra inning game. Milwaukee taking on Cleveland. Milwaukee has a 16, 22, and that is 3 runs. Again, Cleveland has a 7, 51, and that's a 4. Cleveland will beat the Brewers here. I said a 16, I think a 7, didn't I? I think I screwed that up. I think I said Milwaukee had a 16. Milwaukee's supposed to have a 7. I'm going to re-roll Milwaukee's roll. They had a 7, 22, and they still lose. So they still lose. That's 7, 22. So that's just 2 runs instead. So Cleveland, that Tribe fan will be happy that his Indians does win a game. They beat Milwaukee, or I should say the Cleveland Baseball Club that will formerly be known as the Indians. Kansas City taking on Minnesota. The Royals have a 16, 33, and that is 4 runs. So there is that 16 now. Minnesota has a 12, 52, and that is 6 runs. Minnesota will beat the Royals. Boston taking on the Yankees. I know Salvador America would love the Red Sox to win this game because that makes tomorrow's game a rubber matchup. Boston has Louis Tiant on the mound, and they got a 9, a 42, and that is 4 runs for the Red Sox. The Yankees have Doc Ellis on the mound, and they got an 11. And they need a 44 or higher will win that. 53, they will get it. That's an 11, 53, 6 runs, and the Yankees beat the Red Sox again. And I know Salvador America, I hope he doesn't punch his computer screen. California taking on Texas. California has a 6, 36, and that is 3 runs. Texas has a 14, 65. That's a heck of a roll. That's going to be 9 runs. The Rangers will beat the Angels. Houston taking on the Dodgers. J.R. Richard against Hooten. J.R. Richard has an 8. And that's 36. And that is 3 runs for the Astros. Dodgers have a 6. 61. That's going to be a victory for the Dodgers. They'll beat the Astros there. Mets taking on the Expos. The Mets have John Matlack on the mound. The Mets have an 8. A 64. There we go. That's 7. But Steve Rogers pitching for the Expos, and they got a 2. 11. Nope, not this time, Montreal. And the Mets have a happy recap as they shut out the Expos 7-0. Cardinals taking on Philadelphia. Pete Falcone on the mound for the Cards. They got a 5, 41, and that is 3. Philadelphia has a 13 with Lefty on the mound. That is a 12. It's a 13, and that is 1 run. The Cardinals will beat the Phillies there. Still more here. Cubs taking on Pittsburgh. Cubs have a 7. That's a 34, and that is 3 runs. Pittsburgh has a 13, and that's 52, and that's going to be 6 runs. Pittsburgh will beat the Cubs. Cincinnati taking on the Padres. Reds have a 12, 66. Don't get any better than that. That's 10 runs. And with a 5, I don't think the Padres can win even if they roll a 66. They roll a 51, though, still, but they get 4 runs, and this one belongs to the Reds. Atlanta taking on the Giants. Atlanta has a 14, 46, and that is 6 runs. And the Giants have a 7. 64, is that going to win it? Yep, they get 7 runs. The Giants beat the Braves 7-6. That is all for your 10-minute ticker. If your team won today, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. And tomorrow, you don't want to miss tomorrow's game. The Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees, Dick Pole versus Catfish Hunter. That is a game I know every single year I have to schedule at least one Red Sox Yankees matchup. I know I have to. And that's one of them right there. Of course, it could be more in the future, but we got a Boston Yankees, so make sure someone lets our Red Sox fan knows his Red Sox are playing the Yankees. Brandon Baker, Salvador America, Tribe Fan, Dr. Pepper, Baseball Demos. Thank you for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out through the turnstiles. Subscribe if you've not done so. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow for more baseball action. It is the Mets getting a happy recap over the Phillies. 5-1. Tom Seaver goes the distance. Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you later.